Hello everyone, this is Islamiyat Adeshola Mo, and we are on Adeshola Bills platform where we trust and we talk about travel, culture, entertainment and law. Today I would like us to look at how you can appeal your US visa denial. I'm sure you'll be like, oh, what's she talking about, US visa denial? Yes, there is no provision for the appeal of US visa denial. The determination by the consular officers is final and it's not appealable according to the Immigration and Nationality Act. Now, what did I mean when I said that how you can appeal your visa denial? I'm sure you agree with me, it's very devastating when your visa application is denied. But what do you do? How can you fix it? That's what I meant by appeal. It's not an appeal in the real sense of it, but go with me to the end of this video and I'll explain to you what I meant by an appeal. Now, this is it, and it's so simple. When you're denied your visa, all you need to do is pick up the blue form that you'll be given. When you pick up the blue form, the reason for the denial is always written in the blue form. And most of the time, it's always because they are saying that you did not meet up with the provision of the Immigration and Nationality Act. And it's not, sometimes they do not specifically say it, tell you in that letter, because it's a kind of general form letter. It's not like a letter that's specifically prepared for you. So they may not tell you where or the particular reason why you were denied. So it is left for you to think about it, that where did I go wrong? So if you are able to think about why, where and how and what happened and how you went wrong, then you are halfway to solving the problem. So you pick up the blue paper, read through it and try to find out yourself, how did I mess up? What did I do wrong? If you are able to find out what you did wrong, it could be a mistake on your side, and it could be a mistake on the side of the consular officer that reviewed your application, that conducted your interview. Now, what do you do? Immediately you get the reason that you were denied. All you need to do is pick up a paper. If you feel that this will only work if you feel that there was a mistake that you feel that you can make right. But if it's a kind of mistake that you cannot make right, then this process will not work for you. So how do you go about the process? Like I said earlier on, pick up the paper, read through, find out why you were denied. Now when you get the reason why you were denied, pick up a paper, write. You can write on your own, you can get your lawyer to write, even your daughter can write for you. Your mom, your dad, a religious leader, someone that is so close to you, someone that has confidence in you, someone that can help you prove the reason you were denied. If you feel like the reason you were denied was because, according to you, depend on the question, you have to also think back about the questions that you were asked and the feedback that you got from the consular officer. All this will help you. You must be at alert and listen and try to get how study the consular officer. As much as the consular officer studied you during the interview, you also have to study him. Now, when you get the reason, pick any of these persons that you feel will be able to convince them. If it's because of economic ties, and you feel you have enough economic ties back in Nigeria, then prove it in your letter. If it's because of family ties, and you feel you have enough family ties in Nigeria, prove it in your letter. That's why I said that your children, your husband, your parents, any very, very close family members, your mom, your child could be saying something like, oh, this is your relationship, this is this, and give reasons why you would not stay away from her or, from the child. So your parents you could have an aged parents who you take care of, and they could write and say, oh no, he or she cannot afford to live for so long, and state other reasons in the letter. You could have, maybe you're having a case in court which your lawyer is handling for you. Your lawyer could pick up a pen, his or her pen and write, this is my client, we've been on so and so, I've known him for so and so years, and we are on this particular case, and this is our next date in court, and it cannot afford not to be there, it cannot afford to be away from court, and state the importance of that case. So you understand what I'm trying to say? So just pick up a paper and write, clarifying that mistake, whether it was on your side or on their side, depends on what kind of mistake, you understand, that brought about your denial. Now, after writing that letter, make sure that you send the letter via DHL. I think they use DHL. Well, it depends on what country you are, but in Nigeria, I know very well that they use the consular offices, US consular office use DHL. In fact, most of those countries use DHL. So if you're in Lagos, you direct your letter to the Muri Okunla office, and if you're in Abuja, you direct it to the Abuja office. Now, let me tell you, just like I said earlier on, when I say appeal, how to appeal your US visa denial, that does not mean that there's a provision in the Immigration and Nationality Act as to appeal, as to how to appeal. In fact, the decision of the officer on that particular application is final. You cannot appeal it. But what I'm telling you now is a trick to it. And remember, before I go on, let me say this: whatever advice, in fact, whatever information I'm giving on this channel, I'm not giving it as your legal counsel. If you need a legal advice, please consult an attorney. It's very important that you consult an attorney. So send the letter to the office. When you send the letter to the office, if they go through it, they'll definitely go through it, because I want to tell you that this country is a country of record. They have record of everything that's transpired between you and them. Your first application, your biometrics, and even the letter that you're going to write, they're going to document everything. The fact that they said there's no appeal does not mean that there's no appeal. And another thing that I would also like to say is that do not head the letter as appeal. No, do not head the letter as appeal. Just find something that will make it interesting. You know, the way you head the letter, that somebody will be like, oh, what's in the body of it? But the heading will not show that what you're doing is that you are appealing. You understand? So find a suitable heading and give to your letter. When they read your letter, and I can assure you one thing, if they buy into whatever you're saying, okay, what they're just going to tell you is that, oh, we are sorry, you know, you're sorry, they'll give you some courtesy, that the law does not allow appeal, that you cannot appeal, but you can reapply. And that is what I want you to take note of. Obviously, you know that you can reapply, but you just don't want to go ahead and reapply. Don't just go ahead and reapply. You need to prepare your case before you try that application again. Before you try that application again, you have to prepare. You have to show them that, no, this is who I am. You made a mistake with my application the first time, and this time around, I need you to be careful. It's going to be there in your system. And when you go back for that, do not wait. When you get the first denial, as soon as possible, even if it's 2 days, 3 days after, write that letter. And as soon as you get the response, it doesn't matter, even if it's a day after, reapply and go back there. Do not wait at all. Reapply and go back there. Now, when you get back there, please make sure that you do not make the same mistake you made the first time. Go there, do your thing your way, and I can assure you, most likely this is going to work for you. It worked for me. The first time I ever applied for the US visa, I was denied. And when I was denied, I was like, denial? Then to me, it was really beyond denial to me, because I was thinking that if these people could deny me, and that's how I do my things. I was like, if these people could deny me and I just go back home and I sit like that, what if I'm doing this for a client? What if a client walk up to me and be like, oh, I need you to help me apply for my US visa, and the client is denied? Is that how I'll just sit around? Because I did my research, I asked around. A lot of people told me that, oh, you can't appeal it. Oh, it's not possible. Oh, it's never been done. You know, even people who work close to the embassy, oh, so many people said it's never been done. I mean, that's true. There is no appeal process. And you see, the money that you paid, the MRV fee that you paid is gone, because the US already said it that that money is not a visa fee. It's actually for administrative purpose. And of course, they did all that for you. So that money is gone. So for any other thing, you have to reapply and you have to make another payment. So all that we have to understand. So what I did then, I went back. I said, okay, mine will be an exception. I said, mine will be an exception. And you know what I did? I went back, I picked up my pen and I wrote. I printed out the letter. I look at the letter again and again and again. Then for me, now let me explain to you. Then for me, I feel like the reason I was denied, to me, I felt that I was visiting, but I said I was going on vacation. So I felt like he had, you understand, an idea of someone that was going on vacation. And also, another thing that I also think that worked against me then was there's this thing that I'm going to talk about, funds. Then because I'm a lawyer, I'm self-employed. And you see, most of us as lawyers, we don't pay our salary. The money just come in like that. So sometimes we don't even know what we are worth. So in that space where you have to put in your salary, I just put 150,000 per month. And you know, when I went back, I asked, after the interview, you know, I asked a colleague of mine, I said, do you know what I put at my, you know, we're just discussing, and I said, oh, I put 150,000 as my salary. Do you think, the person said, you don't know your worth. How can you put 150,000 as your salary with what you make? Because the colleague is someone that worked closer to me. So I went back, I sat down and I now looked at it and I said, no, my God. It was like I did myself a very big wrong, because I looked at it. I did the calculation of what I made in a year, and I said to myself that no. At the end of the day, I saw that an average of what I made in a year then was like 500 to 550. You understand? So when I went back, and as of that time, I also got a retainership with a big company, which I'm not going to mention here. I didn't have a travel history. So what I did was that I did a letter. I explained to them, even the company, I told you I have a retainership with a company. I put a copy of the retainership letter. I attached it to the letter I wrote to them. I told them that I have this and that property in Nigeria. I explained all those to them. I told them that I have an aged parent. Then my father was still alive, and my father was over 90, around 90 or so years then. So I said I'm the one that take care of his medications and all that. So I can't go and sit over there. And I also tried to, you know, I brought in 1 or 2, 3, 4 other points. And I put everything together. As a matter of fact, in that letter that I wrote to them, I also complained about certain things that I didn't like about the embassy, like the stress that we were made to go through and all that. So I did all that I did all that in the letter, and I sent the letter to them. They actually responded, and when they responded, the response was what I told you the other time, that, oh, we're sorry about this, we're sorry about that, and all that. And they said I can reapply. So when they tell you you can reapply, to me, it's a good sign for you. But in doing that, make sure, that's why I always tell you that the information you put in, make sure it is correct. That this time around, let me say this time around, my salary was not 150. My salary, I then put my salary as 550. I had my statement of account to back it up. I had mine, and I didn't wait. I think my denial, I was denied in January, no, was it December or January? By early February, I was there. I was back there. By early February, I was back there and I got my visa. So if you can do this, I think it will work for you. Now, it doesn't matter how long ago your visa has been denied. So one thing that I would like you to do now is, if you want to reapply, think about it. Look at the form. Go and bring out that your DS-160 form. The one that you filled the other time, bring it out. Then look at the information that have changed, the circumstances. If your circumstances have changed, like maybe you were married, maybe you were single then you're now married. Good. That's a good chance for you. Maybe you've had travel history. As a matter of fact, let me tell you something. Now, when I went back for the interview, I went back with more confidence, knowing that I wrote that letter and things like that. I went back with more confidence. And when the lady that interviewed me asked me a question about the same set of questions that I was asked the first time, she started asking me those questions again. And when she got to like if I have a traveling experience, and I said, I don't have traveling experience because I'm always very busy. That this is the only time I have to travel. For some time, I've not had time to travel. This is time I have to travel to visit my sister, and I don't want. That's why I don't want to miss it. I said, oh, I actually thought that it was because I don't have traveling experience. I was denied the first time, but you know, that's I don't have any reason traveling because I'm always very busy. I said things like that. Sometimes some people will tell you that do not say things that you're not asked. Yeah, do not say things that are out of place. But if it's something that you feel that it's not totally out of place, if you feel like something that will support your case, why not say it? Why not just bring it in 1-2 seconds? I mean 1-2 seconds, bring it in, and it will work in your favor. So that is the simple way I feel you can appeal. Not appeal in the real sense of it, but you appeal to their conscience. They are human beings there. They have your record. You appeal to their conscience. You convince them. You let them know that, oh, the first time you made a mistake, or if you were the one that made that mistake the first time, correct those mistakes. State it in your letter, just the way you do the UK appeal and other appeal. But don't edit as appeal, please. Do not edit as appeal, because immediately the person pick up, whoever is going to read your letter, immediately the person pick up your letter and they see it as appeal. You know what will come to their mind? That, what's this one saying? This one doesn't know what it's saying. Bam! They may just drop it somewhere. But if you give it a kind of heading that will make them feel like, oh, okay, what's she going to talk about? You know, the way somebody will pick up your letter and want to know where you are going. But at the end of the day, the person will now understand, oh, okay, this is what this person is trying to say. And I can assure you it will work for you. All right, guys, I wish you all the best. If you've been denied before, try and go back there. Try and go back there, and I hope that it will work for you. Do never relent. That's one thing. If you want to travel and you're so sure about yourself that you have good family ties back home and you want to travel, if you are denied, do not just take that denial and go and sit down. Do not just take that denial and go and sit down. Do something about it right on time. And that's why when you are filling your forms, if you need help, ask questions. Filling that form, if you fill that form very well, 50% of the job is done. If you fill your form so well, 50% of your job is done. 50% of your job is done. So all you just need to do is your interview. It will make your interview easier. So go for your interview, and most likely you'll be good to go. So that's it, guys. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on your notification bell, like, share my videos to encourage me to do more. I still intend to give a tutorial on Schengen visa, UK visa, Australia, Canada visa, the likely successes and why people fail and all that. And for those in US especially, how to file your papers, or for those that are in Nigeria or other parts of the world, if you have your family in US, you want them to file for you to become a US citizen, if you want to come into US, if you want to migrate to US, how to file your paper, all this I'm still going to talk about on my channel. So the essence of this channel basically is to educate people. Things that you pay money for, I want to give you information to be able to do those things free. But take note, whatever advice I give you on this channel is simply general advice. If you need legal advice, talk to your attorney. All right, guys. Thank you.